Hello, hyperspace, my name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped, because this is Overwatch gameplay. The beta just launched yesterday night on the 4th, and you can play it from May the 4th all the way up to May the 9th. I don't know if they're going to extend it or not, but apparently this is the dates we're allowed to play it. And if you haven't tried Overwatch, I highly suggest you try it. This is one of the best first-person shooter games I have ever played, and I've played a lot of first-person shooters. And I would say this plays out almost exactly like Team Fortress. And I know a lot of you guys out there haven't played Team Fortress, so this basically plays out like Call of Duty, but it's a very specific Call of Duty playstyle. It's a mixture of Call of Duty and Battlefield. I would say more like Battlefield. But I know a lot of people out there play Call of Duty, so if this were Call of Duty, you would be playing it depending on the weapon you choose. So if you're running a submachine gun, as I'm running here, basically machine pistols, if you're running a submachine gun, you're going to have to be running around the place, because you cannot camp and stay still with a submachine gun. If you are running a sniper, you're going to have to stay in the back of the map, and you're going to have to snipe. And it's very specific and very strict on the guns that you use and, well, the characters, actually. The characters that you select and your playstyle, depending on the character you select, and it's just very, very fun. Every game you play is almost always different. In the beta now, I'm not too sure if the full game is going to be any different, but in the beta there are two game modes. You basically have something that's very similar to Domination, and you have something that's very similar to Safeguard. Instead of you escorting a robot from one side of the map to the other, you're escorting a truck or a jeep. It changes throughout the map, but it's a vehicle. So you gotta escort a vehicle from one side of the map to the other, and the other one is kind of like Domination, but instead of all three capture points being available all at once, you gotta capture Alpha for, let's say, 50 seconds, hold it down for 50 seconds, and then Alpha disappears, Bravo shows up, you gotta fight over Bravo, and whoever holds it for, the majority of the 50 seconds, and so on. It's kind of like a mixture of Domination and King of the Hill. Anyway, those are the only two game modes available in the beta, and even still, those two game modes make this game amazing. And there's a lot of detail I can go in with the characters, and how to play them, and all this fun, wacky stuff that you can actually do in this game. I would highly suggest you download the beta. I mean, it's a free beta. What do you have to lose? I mean, if you don't like it, delete the data. If you like it, get the full game. It's really good. So here I'm using Tracer, which is actually my favorite character. She was one of the most popular Overwatch characters, and she teleports. You see on the middle of the screen I have those three arrows. That is indicated my blink. The blink is basically Prophet's glitch, but you get to select which direction you teleport. You will teleport in the direction you are walking, not the direction you're facing. So if you're facing forward and you're walking to the side, if you activate that blink, it's going to actually teleport you to the side. Same thing if you're walking backwards or walking forwards. And she has another ability, which is, I guess you can say, kind of like time travel, which is, you will see that she kind of throws her guns in front of you and in front of her, and then she starts teleporting backwards, and I think that teleports you about 3 to 5 seconds into the past, and on top of that, it also heals you. Speaking of health, everybody in this game has a certain amount of health. Tracer is a runner, submachine gunner, and she's all over the place. She's really fast, really difficult to take down if you're not accurate, and because of that, she's very weak. Her health is only 150. Now that's kind of high if you guys are familiar with Call of Duty, and I actually screw up here. I mean, don't mind me. Cut me some slack. I'm still trying to learn to level, my boys. I mean, just I'm getting better. But anyway, people have, well, stats of health. So this character right here is Widowmaker. Her health is at 200. She plays as the sniper. And over here, Tracer, she has 150, but she makes up for it for her speed, high damage, DPS, damage per second, and she's really difficult to hit if you're good with Tracer. Tracer is not noob friendly. You have to know the layout of the map. As you see, I still have to learn the layout of the map, and I screw up quite a few times. But if you want to master Tracer, the first thing you have to do is learn the layout of the map, know the best flank routes, and know how to approach each and every enemy. That guy that actually killed me right there is Roadhog. He is the tank, one of the tanks, and he is the most powerful tank in the game. His health is at a whopping 600. He has this devastating shotgun, and it just depends on the character you take. Everybody plays differently, and everybody, has different, I guess, superpowers and special attacks. and it's really interesting. Tracer's ultimate is this. It's basically like a Semtex on steroids. You run up to somebody, you throw the Semtex, you either stick it on the wall, stick them, everything blows up, and you can get yourself really easy quad feeds and stuff like that with the Semtex. If you move on to, let's say, there's another one of my favorite characters who's Diva, and I'll see if maybe I can post some gameplay on Diva in the future. So Diva is this anime-inspired Asian lady, and she's like anime because she has like all these anime stickers all over her suit, and she has a giant robot. And the giant robot kind of plays out like a Juggernaut suit. It's really slow, it's very powerful, and it has a machine shotgun, automatic shotgun, and it can fly. And you can use that for your advantage. Now, the way you play Tracer and the way you play Diva are completely different. Obviously, Diva is more of a tank, and Tracer is more of a, you know, pop in, get some kills, pop out. Over here, actually, that domination-ish game I mentioned before, I'm trying to capture the point where everybody's hiding at the top, you know, too busy fighting, so I take advantage. That's a shield. Every time you see somebody deploy a shield, shoot at it. Especially Reinhardt. Now, Reinhardt is this knight, you know, like a knight in shining armor. He's this knight guy. He deploys this huge barrier in front of him. Shoot the barrier. Because once Reinhardt loses his barrier, he is completely vulnerable because all he has is a hammer. So once that thing is destroyed, he has no choice but to charge up to you, and before he gets you, you know, you just deliver devastating amounts of damage and just wipe him out. And Reinhardts don't like when they get wiped out. He's another tank, but his health isn't as high as Roadhog. Anyway, let's continue with Overwatch. The game is, I believe, launching May 24th in America, and it's also out for PC, Xbox, and obviously PlayStation 4 as you're watching now. And oh man, there is so much to talk about. You can talk about character customizations, you can customize your character, you can give your character taunts that you can do in-game. There are also taunts that you can do at the end-game lobby, like, you know, when it shows the winner's circle for the top 5 players or whatever. You can select taunts there. There are actually in-game commands that you can actually give if you don't feel like using a mic, or if you don't have a mic, or for whatever reason. I can actually have Tracer say, you know, I need a little health, or you know, get my back, or thank you, or hello. Any weird, quirky thing that everybody says something different. Usually it's around the same, what's the word I'm looking for? The same subject. Say that everybody has a thank you, everybody has I need help. And you see right there, I just stuck to Semtex, and then I just did the ability to glitch backwards, which is like 5 seconds into the pass. And that's really, really helpful if you just teleport into a group of enemies, stick a Semtex on like one of them or in the center of the battle, and just instantly warp your way out of there. You're gonna get yourself like a lot of multi-kills. And also, this game plays out... Okay, you guys know when you play Call of Duty, and you have like that epic moment when you got, let's say, your MG. Let's say, for example, you're using Humphrey, and let's say you wind up spraying down an alley, and you get yourself like quad feeds, and you get like a 4-kill, 5 kills with that one magazine of Humphrey. Overwatch always has those moments, and you're gonna find yourself getting so excited, so worked up. You know, those like, oh my god moments are gonna be popping up a lot in this game, and it makes the game so addicting. So fun. You see like a whole bunch of people right there. I actually screwed up so I'm still not learning the map, but anyway, there's a whole bunch of people right there. And see, if I teleported in there, if I had a Semtex, I could have just stick one of those guys and then warp out, and I probably would have taken out a good 2 or 3 people. There were tanks in there. Usually the tanks aren't killed by the Semtex with the first explosion, unless, you know, they're hurt. And I think here we're at round 3. Usually it goes up to the first 2 rounds, and whoever, if it's a draw, then it goes on to the 3rd round. I just waved at that guy over there. And that's basically how domination works, as I just covered. You go in, capture objective points, and it just keeps moving on from A, B, C, and so on. If you're playing the escort mode, which is kind of like, you know, protect a robot in Call of Duty from one side of the map to the other. If you're playing it in Overwatch, as I said, it's a vehicle, and the vehicle will not move until you're obviously close to it. However, you're going to have to spawn the vehicle. To spawn the vehicle, it's basically like holding down a domination marker. I screw up again here, I believe. Yeah, I do. Ha! Fail, Davontos! Fail! Anyway, so you have to spawn the vehicle. To spawn the vehicle, you're going to have to hold down a domination marker. Domination marker fills up, vehicle spawns, and you're going to have to get to the vehicle, stay next to the vehicle as it works its way around the map. If your team is eliminated while you're next to the vehicle, you know, the vehicle's somewhere in the middle of the map, and the enemies take you out, as always happens in Call of Duty. You know, you're trying to defend that GI unit, the enemies kill you off, and then you gotta work your way from the spawn all the way back to the GI unit, and it sucks. Well, in this game, there's a few things you can do to fix that. There is a character in here, I'm not too sure what her name is, but I did select her a couple of times. She has like this blue aura ability, and she has the ability to make portals. She can actually create a portal anywhere on the map, and it will teleport you from spawn to her spawned portal. So she can place the portal right next to the vehicle, and if you die, you just go through the portal at spawn, and it'll instantly teleport you right next to the vehicle. However, they can be destroyed for balancing issues and so on. Anyway, the vehicle will move backwards and backtrack if nobody is next to it, so you want to get to that vehicle as fast as you can. I'm going to make another future video showing you guys maybe when the full game comes out. Maybe I'll do it during the beta. Maybe when the full game comes out, because I'm pretty sure the beta doesn't have everything. But I'm going to make a video showing you guys, you know, all the skins, all the taunts, all the characters and all that stuff. And I'll show you guys, you know, what you can get, what you can look forward to if you haven't bought Overwatch. And if you are thinking of buying Overwatch, first of all, buy it because it's really good. And second, play the beta. It's free. And it's limited time. It takes quite a while to download, unfortunately. Unless you have, like, super fast internet. Even so, it's still going to take a while. And that's basically about it for this gameplay. You see that big shield right there? 2 shields! That first shield I ran into that had with that orange dome, that shield was deployed by Winston, the monkey. I'm not too sure how Winston plays, I haven't used him yet, but I know he is another tank. The second shield I ran into, which had that big cross on it, that was the Knight's shield. And you see right there, I stuck a sticky bomb, blew it up, and unfortunately I didn't get any kills. But anyway, any shield you see, whether it's big, whether it's small, whether it's being carried, whether it's deployed as a decoy, just destroy it. Because a lot of people in this game, I've noticed, a lot of people have an attitude like, oh no, it's a shield, I can't get past it, what am I gonna do? Just shoot at it, it's gonna break. And if it breaks, they can't deploy another one for a good, like, maybe 30 seconds. That's Reinhardt. You see, Tracer can easily get behind Reinhardt's shield and take him out. Bullets can go into it, they can't go, bullets can go out of it, they can't go into it. Anyway, see here, I'm trying to flank a person who's attacking my team. Going there to stick a sticky bomb, teleport out of there, blows up, and I get the kill! Oh, epic! And you get a lot of, like, intense moments like that. You see here, it's like a very fast gameplay. And I know this might seem too fast-paced for some of you guys. And the reason it's too fast-paced is because I'm using Tracer. This game has multiple paces, and you can select one that you're very comfortable with. Tracer, you select Tracer, you're going to get a very fast game. You're going to charge in there, everybody's going to be shooting at you, and you're going to be whizzing around the place, teleporting and dodging everything. If you want a slow-paced game, you're going to take somebody like Widowmaker, who stays in the back, camps, snipes, and gets the kills. If you want something that's like medium-paced and used to something that feels very similar to Call of Duty, there's a character in here who is called Soldier 76, and he is your generic army guy. He has a sprint option, which nobody else has. Yeah, you can't sprint in this game, unfortunately, unless you have Soldier 76. So, Soldier 76 can sprint, he has grenades, he has an assault rifle, and his special ability, which a lot of you guys are going to like this, his special ability is an aimbot. And you activate it, and I think for about maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds, you get an aimbot, and every bullet you fire is going to be a headshot. And it's really interesting. I'll go into detail in these characters' special abilities and how they play in future videos, alongside, as I said, showing you their costumes and taunts and gestures and all that fun stuff. But the video's almost over here. So, if you like this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan, and remember, harness the power of positivity and never give up. And as always, I'll see all of you in my next video. Have a nice day!